to begin making the assembly. To do that, we can start by just clicking on the assembly button. Now, we're going to do what's called a sub-assembly here for our project to save ourselves some time and we don't have to repeat doing things over and over again. So the first thing to do would be to place in components according to our directions that we used to build our original robots. So I know the first thing we need is the rail. So I'll open that up and place one of them in. Okay, and then I will place the bearing flat in, like so. So now the first thing I need to do is actually get the bearing flat constrained to our rail. I can start doing that by using the constrain button, and I know that looking at my directions that the bearing flat attaches to the rail on this side and this side. Those two contact each other. So I'm going to apply that and I'm going to take a look at it and make sure it attached. It did. Now once again, looking at my directions, they tell me the placement of my bearing flat, so I can sit here and I can drag it around to about where it needs to go. Now if we take a moment and zoom in on our bearing flat, you can see that there's some flat edges on the bearing flat. We're going to use those in junction with the flat surfaces of our rails to help us constrain this further. So the first step is to constrain this flat edge here, and I know that it's going to attach to this flat face here. I'll apply that, and then one more time I will do it to this face and the other flat face here, and apply. So then if I hit my home button and go look, I can see that that one piece is right where it needs to be. Now to save myself some time, since I know I need two more of these pieces in here, I could just go and constrain each individual one into place, or I can simply use the pattern function. So up here in the top of our bar we see the pattern component button. So I'm going to click on that. I then am going to select the component I wish to pattern, which in this case is my bearing flat. And then I'm going to take a look at it from a different perspective, orthographic perspective. I know I'm going to utilize the rectangular pattern because I'm doing it in a straight line. So I'm going to select rectangular, and then I just need to select the column, which is the direction or the edge along which I want to pattern my piece. So basically you could pick any long edge on this rail. I'm going to just pick the top one here. You should then see a second bearing flat pop up. So now we can take a look over here. If your bearing flat is going the opposite direction, like so, you can simply just click the flip direction button to make it go the proper direction. So these two numbers here deal with the quantity of components you need, and then you have the spacing of the components. So I know by looking at my directions I need 3 total. If I look at it from the front view here, you can see that they're not quite spaced out how they need to be because this one should be right about here. So the spacing on those is actually going to be about 2.5 inches. So once that's complete, you just hit OK, and there we have our first piece. So I'm going to save this piece as my rail assembly.